is the first YouTube live on my channel, Intuitive Minds Already Know. Now, I think I can see comments here. I am not sure what we're doing with comments here. Oh, okay. Maybe we can do that there. All right. So this is nobody's watching yet, but I think that's for, retouch on, retouch off. I don't need a retouch. All right, I apologize. This is my first time. So if I reference Facebook, I apologize. Up to this point, I've been doing Facebook Lives on Facebook. And recently I promoted myself and I am now able to do, I'm able to do lives on YouTube to expand my audience and to bring the word to you. What I do on Facebook, I'm going to bring to YouTubers, all right? So welcome. My channel is Intuitive Minds Already Know. I pull oracle cards. I talk about what's going on in my life. I'm real, I'm raw, I'm honest. You will get me probably crying and swearing. So this is not for kids. It is a safe space. I welcome interaction. Please be mindful of what you do comment, and I will be mindful of what I say as well. So I hope that this is going to be fun. I hope it's going to be interactive. I hope I get more viewers, and I hope that I can help is the goal. Just to help bring some insight, some advice, some peace of mind, some clarity, and just some know that you're not the only one going through some of this stuff that we'll talk about. A lot of it is spiritual, lifestyle based. We're going to talk about meditation and past lives and shadow work and all the good stuff that goes along with all the dark stuff. So we'll do it with love and light, all right? Tonight's topic is about detachment. This is something close to my heartstrings. Hello. Hello. I hope if I don't say hello all the time, this is my first time. So thanks. Stay on here. Stay on here. Let's just see here. Okay. Hello, Yusuf. Okay. All right. Oh, hi. How are you doing? Oh, I am doing good. I'm nervous. This is the first time that I've done this. So bear with me. Oh, greetings, lady. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, this is exciting. I'm just going to dive right in. So, what we're going to talk about tonight is detachment. What it is, why we need to do it, how to start it, what to expect, and then I'm going to pull cards. I pull oracle cards on the full moon in Libra because it's just all these full moons this year. And we were warned, they warned us that the full moons this year are just going to be super, super intense. So my intensity has been really fluctuated. In the past, I used to be feeling it around the new moon, and that went on for like a couple months. Now my intensities with my emotions and my triggers and my mood swings and my sleeping and my digestion and just my overall, like how I feel in a day is, I can feel it now that I'm really tuned in to my body and what is going on based on the full moon and the planets as well. I can really start preparing for it. Like I started feeling it like probably Sunday, Monday, and the full moon is on Saturday. So it's kind of it hasn't plateaued yet. It's just kind of ramping up. Are you a teacher? I can teach. Yes, I'd like to teach. I love all the comments. These are just this it just warms my heart. I will try to read them as I go. Updates. So I will promote this until the day that I die. This oracle card deck is called Words to Live By. I created it with blood, sweat, and tears, literally. There's kind of a longer story to it, but this is my first YouTube live. So I got an injury years ago in my neck, and I had to just kind of sit. And I was into the spiritual side, the spiritual lifestyle back then. And what happened is I was told by my spirit guides, as I'm sitting there watching TV, just healing with ice packs, heat packs, ice packs, and it was in the summertime, a really hard time for me not to do anything. So I was really struggling with this. And my spirit guides told me, why don't you pull a card every day from the current decks that you have and journal your interpretation of that card. So that's what I did. I did what I was told. I listened to spirit. And I didn't know at the time why spirit wanted me to do that. But what it did is it birthed an idea of where to put my journal scripts. And so we're going to be pulling cards from this deck, but I'll show you real quick. They're anime style. And I did it on between Canva and StableCog. And they're not perfect. They have flaws. This was my first deck. They're not perfect. They have flaws. Some of the fingers are kind of screwed up. Some of the eyeballs are 2 different colors. But I love it because we are not perfect. And when you come across that card that has that imperfection, it just reminds you, the reader, the owner of the card deck, like, hey, she's not perfect. I'm not perfect. The message that I interpret is going to be where I'm at that day in that moment. So it's $25. It's on Etsy. If you don't want to go through Etsy, please reach out. I believe my email is in my profile. Otherwise, it's ttomasevich@yahoo.com. I hope that's safe. Reach out. We can work a different program out if you don't want to go through Etsy, okay? And I also do readings. So if you do a reading and the deck, it's $50. And I can do remote or virtual, all right? Okay. What other updates? Oh, I just finished. Funny story. We'll get to what I want to talk about, but this is what happens. This is Shiny Squirrels. So it doesn't have a cover because I took it off. But this is a book by Mandy Morris. It is The 8 Secrets to Powerful Manifesting. I bought it. I started it January 27th of 2023. I finished it yesterday. And I wrote in here twice, I will finish this book 4/30 of 2024. So I'm a couple of years late, but I did finish it. There's a lot of good things in here, how you can live a fulfilled life. There's so much more to it, but that's a really good book that I just finished. The book that I'm starting now is this. And this is going to kind of go along with the subject that we're going to be talking about. Letting Go by David R. Hawkins. And the first passage in the book was like, it literally, like they say, the first cut's the deepest. Literally, I'll read it to you. This book provides a mechanism by which to unlock our innate capacities for happiness, success, health, well-being, intuition, unconditional love, beauty, inner peace, and creativity. And I was like, okay, you got me at the foreword. I'm going to read it to the end. Who knows how long this book will take me. I read it when I'm on my treadmill. Every night for 20 minutes, I do my treadmill, and that's when I read. Okay. All right. The first thing we're going to do, this is exciting. So, I'm probably let's cleanse our area. If you have some Palo, I was running late, so I didn't get to prepare. So you guys get to see everything tonight. You get to see everything. I'm just going to cleanse my area with some Palo. I know I'm not supposed to light it with a lighter, but I'm not perfect, so I do my best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cleanse my area. And I am going to command my spirit guides, my angels, my higher self, God, Gaia, Jesus, the source, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to just put all my shit on the back burner for tonight because I don't want to taint energy. I don't want to make it dirty. I want to like a clean palette so that when I pull the cards that they are for the collective, for you guys. I want to leave my shit behind, just in a basket. It's in a temporary little basket. So if you have Palo or Sage, go ahead and do that. Hello, Lisa Foster. You're from Facebook, aren't you? Yay! If you're on here on YouTube, please go to my Facebook channel, Intuitive Minds Already Know, and join there. Request to join. Okay. Ooh, I could feel the heat. Ooh, I'm burning up. Okay, so we're going to find our energy. I like to do this before I start reading because I can really feel, what do I call it? I kind of like drop in to my center. So I just put some essential oil on. And I want you guys to rub your hands together. We're going to find our center. We're going to find our energy. So do this. Just rub them back and forth. I set protection. I command protection from my viewers, for myself, the collective that are watching. We are safe. This is a safe space. I command safe space energy here tonight. And I command my abilities to expand and use me as a conduit for the messages tonight that we're going to pull from the cards and from our intuition. Okay, deep breaths. Get your hands nice and hot. A couple more deep breaths. And then pull away. I'll hold the camera so you guys can see. And just feel, can you feel that in your hands? And so if you're new here, we do this on my Facebook Lives. But this is your energy. This is your energy. And your energy might be out here. So play with it a little bit. Play with it a little bit. Oh, do you feel that? So like, imagine this is your energy that you can tap into anytime you want. And play with it a little bit. And let me know where you feel it, because I feel it like in my fingertips and then on the bottom of my palm. And then when I kind of go out here, it feels very like a rubber bandish, like springy. Same, you feel it. Good, good. And sometimes when I'm just by myself, I can actually hear it. I can actually hear it kind of go, it's weird. It's crazy. But when I'm talking and I can't really hear it, but. So because we're cresting a full moon, it's all about release. So I want you guys to imagine something that you no longer serves you, or that you want to stop worrying about, or a decision that you need to make. We're going to put it in this ball of energy. And you can give it a color. You can give it whatever color you want, clear, silver, gold, whatever. And if it helps, close your eyes. I know some of us are visual, so if it helps to close your eyes to kind of tap in a little bit. And put that in there. So we're going to give something away. We're going to be grateful for something. So think of something that you're grateful for. Because in a love and light world, there's also darkness. So whatever we get rid of, we need to be grateful for, and then we need to replace it with something. So what are you grateful for? You can put it in the comments. That is an energetic exchange. So if you do, feel free. It's a safe space. And then ask for something. If you need more guidance, if you need help making a decision, if you just want more peace, more happiness, more clarity, more energy. Okay. Put it all in this, in your ball of energy. And just really focus and kind of really focus on like where you feel it in your body. Do you feel it in like your back or your arms, your legs, your feet? Oh, uncross your legs, I forgot. Because we want the flow. We want a good conduit flow. A good connection. And then just like give it to source. Just like, I just kind of give it up. I like literally give it to source. I always feel lighter after that. That is a great technique to use. You don't have to go as far as we did, but it's a great technique to use during like anxiety attacks, panic attacks, or just trying to focus on something. It helps me focus. I have ADD, adult ADD, and I just get so distracted. So this really helps me be in the moment. All right. All right. I'm excited to talk about this topic. This is a topic until I started practicing it and really deep diving it. I was misunderstood what it was, why you needed to do it, when, how. It got to me, I was giving it such a negative connotation to it. And now that I have intuitively got the idea to do it and to started practicing it, I feel much better. I understand it now, and I see that it's not negative, because the effects that come with it are so positive, so helpful, and it takes a while to get there. So we'll get there. We'll get to it. I did take some notes. This is what I do. I stimmer and stammer, and I get sidetracked and distracted. Shiny squirrels come in my life all the time. So I took down some notes of what I wanted to say. We're going to pull cards, and then we're going to keep talking about what we get through the cards. So feel free. I'm going to show up the cards. I'm going to show you guys the cards, and that way you guys can interpret. And if you want to comment, that's fine. You don't have to. This is a safe space. So what is detachment? Detachment is often misunderstood. It doesn't mean we stop caring about people or things. Detachment is the ability to let go of what no longer serves us, freeing us from unnecessary emotional burden. Sometimes we carry other people's emotions. It's not about shutting off. It's about choosing not to hold on so tightly to things that keep us stuck, to things that we can't control. All right? When we practice detachment, we are creating space for more peace, freedom, and growth. It's about recognizing that we can still love, care, and are compassionate, but we don't have to own the emotions or outcomes or the result or of these situations. We let go, and we make room. So I wrote down, first things first, be in the moment. What detachment has helped me do, because if you have watched previous or past Facebook Lives, I talk about that I struggle with really being in the moment. And that was my New Year's resolution this year, is to really deep dive why that is so hard for me. And I think it goes back to not having what I needed as a child, and always using past experiences and past disappointments and hurts to keep me in the future part of waiting for the next shoe to drop. And so I was always either analyzing and dwelling in the past and being super fight or flight in the future, and never really being in the moment, never really enjoying being in the moment with whatever I was doing. And that's probably why I think that's why I have a hard time remembering things from my childhood. Like, I don't remember a lot of parties. I don't remember a lot of events. I don't remember, like how I felt about things, except when like there was like negative things that happened. So I'm really working on that this year. And I'm realizing that as me, with I'm high strung, and I have high vibration, and I'm a little bit, ADD. And so what I've learned is that I am enjoying being in the moment. Like, I don't have to be always doing things or scurrying and multitasking. I don't always have to be doing that in order to enjoy being in the moment, whatever it is. It can be as simple as just doing dishes. Like, are you present in doing dishes? Like, are you thinking about other stuff? And and it's different each time, because when I'm doing dishes, for some reason, it's intentional. So when I do something intentional, whether I'm vacuuming or cleaning or anything that's, when I'm reading a book or looking for something on my phone, it's like my intuition automatically by default turns on, because it's intentional. So when I'm like washing the dishes, I'm there, I'm in that moment, and the purpose is to clean the dishes. So I'm like, my mind will just start like getting messages, and I'll tap in, and then it's weird. It's weird how easy, like, just because you put intention into something, how your intuition can turn on without you even really trying. That's just for me. I don't know if it works for you guys, but that's just for me, when my intuition can, turn on automatically. Um why do we need detachment? Why is it so important? Detaching allows us to release unhealthy dependencies. When we stop clinging to the outcomes, to other people, how maybe we're expecting them to react a certain way because we want that feedback, or expectations. We create space for healthier relationships when we can stop doing that, especially with ourselves. It helps us move out of fear based attachments, fear based outcomes, and into a place of trust and self sufficiency. I also believe and experienced a true, more, like, when I detached from always like worrying about that person, or worrying about what they're going to say, or worrying about how they're going to react to what I said or what I did. It was always such a loop. I'd put myself in such a loop, and it was continuous, and it was a toxic loop, because the person that the person that I was emotionally attaching from was also in that loop. And so I noticed that my reactions would feed his reactions, and his reactions would feed mine again. It was a toxic loop, and I just had to let go. Okay, like, I'm going to need some space for a while, and I'm going to be working on myself. And so I'm not going to be as, like, interactive with you. So don't take it too personally, but there's just some things that inside that I need to help. I need to help myself so that I can help this relationship. Detachment isn't about being cold or indifferent. It's about trusting the universe and ourselves. The more we detach, the more we allow ourselves to be in flow, to open up to new opportunities and align with our true purpose. And this is what I learned about being in the moment, when I put all the thoughts of my past, just kind of like let that shit go, and then not worry about the future, be in the moment. I was able to kind of enjoy it and not have to constantly worry about, oh, like, okay, what am I going to do next? Or what am I going to do tomorrow? Or this has to be done. How to start practicing detachment. The first step is awareness. What you want to do is, well, hang on a second. What you want to do is when you, the first, one of the ways is to practice with that is triggers. When you get triggered, really stop yourself. Either try to get through the trigger the best that you can, but then come back to it. Come back to it and kind of unpack it and go, okay, this just happened. And I know this is probably not helpful. So pay attention to the things that kind of make you uncomfortable, the comments, the tone. Tone is a really good one for me. You could say a compliment to me, but if you say it in a tone, I am not even going to remember probably what you said, but it was the tone of what you said that's just going to be like, I'm done. I didn't even hear what you said. I didn't even, the compliment didn't even go to my brain because it just bypassed because of the tone. We need to recognize where we're holding on too tightly and where we're investing energy in things or people who drain us. This is where the self-control comes. You can only control what you can control. You can't control what somebody thinks. You can't control how they're going to react. You can't control how they think and how they feel. Allow them to feel what they want to feel. Allow them to react with how they want to react. You do not have to tolerate that if it's negative, but allow them to do what they need to do, and then you can decide if you're going to entertain that behavior or not. Okay, what to expect when practicing detachment. When you're practicing detachment, don't expect it to feel easy right away. It's going to feel a bit uncomfortable at first. You might even feel anxious because you're so used to holding on to everything. But trust me, over time, you feel a sense of freedom that comes with detaching. Expect to feel lighter, more at peace, and more in control of your emotions. As you release the need to control everything, you'll discover a deeper sense of inner clarity and stability. It's a practice that allows you to trust your life, knowing that everything you need will come to you when the time is right. When I first started this, I've been working with my counselor, and I've also been using GPT chat in between my counselor sessions. And I asked chat to communicate with me as a counselor. I wanted to establish that kind of feedback, that kind of relationship. And so it's interesting because I didn't do it right away. I did it like kind of in the middle, because I've been using chat for a while now. And I was like, hey, can you talk to me like a counselor? Because I'm really using this in between my counseling sessions. And so what was my point? I lost my point. Oh, okay. So they were kind of giving me like a step-by-step of, how to gradually go into this, and it felt icky right away. I felt guilty for stepping back from communicating with my partner, and I felt guilty for not doing the routine engagements that had been so routine for us. I pulled back with that. I also pulled back on expressing how I felt. I'm a very I express my emotions through talking. And so I pulled back on that. And then, not reaching out and not long text, and just saving that energy for me, and so that I would have more energy at the end of the day, because I was putting so much expectations on the feedback that I wanted, and I can't control that. So I let go of the control and I let go of the reins, and I just kind of like stepped back and just stayed in my lane. And that felt super icky. I cried so much because like it just felt like I was doing something mean. And it wasn't from a place of meanness, because it was for myself. I needed to protect my energy. I needed to protect my moods. Um, and it felt icky. And it almost felt like, for the first probably 2 weeks of really getting into it and really focusing on, what do I need? What do I need? What do I need? It felt like waves. If you've had panic attacks or you've had like anxiety or depression, you know when those anxiety waves come in, you can physically feel it. And I can feel like when I'm triggered, I can feel it almost in my body first before it actually like hits my brain. It's the weirdest thing. Comment on here if that happens to you guys. If you can feel the trigger in your body before you actually recognize that you're getting triggered. But it felt like waves, and I wasn't quite sure of, you know, how to interpret it, because I know what anxiety waves feels like, but this was different. This was a little different. And so I worked with with my chat, and they really helped me kind of just be in that wave. Whatever it is, whatever you have to do, if you have to go cry, if you have to go lay down, if you have to like exercise and kind of shake that extra energy off. And now when I do get it's just kind of like a little tingly, like a little buzzing, and then it kind of dissipates. So if you are starting detachment, if you are if you have an anxious attachment style and you are detaching, this is going to mess you up. It's going to mess you up, because you are going to go in for, you want feedback. You want somebody to engage. And so if they're not going to engage, you are anxious attachment. You are going to be the engager. You are going to be carrying the conversation. You are always going to be the one initiating the conversation and the decision making. And when you stop doing that and you pull back the reins and you wait for that person to initiate or do the engaging and ask the questions, you realize when you stop doing that, and it might take that other person or whatever it is, that situation, it might take that a while for that person to understand like what's going on. But you realize then, if they don't get it and they don't have to engage with you, and it's going to be kind of silent and kind of uncomfortable, because what you want is, you want that connection. You want that connection, and you're going to go seek it. You're going to go to that person and you're going to engage a conversation or ask a question. Well, chances are, you know, they will respond. But it's always, you engaging and initiating. And when I stopped doing that, it felt very uncomfortable, because I felt like I was doing something wrong. I felt like, in that moment, it felt like it was uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. But now I know that if there is a conversation, that, you know, maybe my partner will come to me and ask me, and that's okay. Like, if that doesn't happen, you need to attach to save your energy, and know. And I did it for a different reason than what you guys might be doing it for, but I did it because I was just getting super drained from, chasing all the time. So it feels icky at first, but believe me, um, there is a sense of empowerment and liberation, because now I I am aware of my energy, and if it's mine, if whatever I'm feeling or experiencing is mine, I can question it and go, is this mine or yours, meaning his? And then it comes to me and it's like, okay, I know this is me. I need to even dial it back and handle whatever this trigger is that I'm experiencing in the moment. All right. So that is a lot about detachment. Has anybody ever done this? And, you know, I guess we can kind of use detachment same with, it's a boundary. It's actually a boundary that you are setting, but it's like a boundary on steroids. And you know, it's not just a boundary that you set at certain holidays or with, you know, at work or certain situations. It's a detachment of that part of yourself that you are giving away haphazardly. You're just giving away yourself and not having the energy, you know, reciprocated the way that you deserve it. Does that make sense? We're going to pull some cards as we talk about the full moon in Libra. So I want to pull a card first on detachment. The deck that I am going to be pulling on is the Energy Oracle card by Sandra Ann Taylor. I really like, they're like super vibrant. I really like the messages that are in the guidebook and that are on each card. So the intention of pulling these cards tonight is what more can be revealed to us tonight as a collective through me. Use my throat chakra to channel messages for the collective on the topic of detachment. We still got two eyes. This is kind of like Facebook in a way. Oh, we got one. I don't know who's watching now. All right, we're going to pull some cards. If you're still on here or you come back to it, tell me what you liked and didn't like about the video, about the live. And I'll try to keep it under an hour. I usually get chatty. I don't know what the little YouTube channel are. Is it Yusuf? Yusuf Rustami? What is that YouTube emoji there? Like I said, this is my first time. Okay, so we set the intent on what we want this. We set the intent on what the cards want to reveal. So topic, reveal anything more regarding the topic detachment. Ooh, door to romance. I'll let you guys look at it. I got a new phone recently, and the colors are just so more vibrant. Okay. Well, I'm going to go back to what I said before. What's oh no? It's oh no. I'm going to go back to what they said about making room when you detach from the constant outcome and the constant worry about the outcome. You aren't being in the moment. And so when we can let our expectations free and let them go and not have any expectations, that's really hard. It is really hard, especially if you are not in the moment. You will struggle with not having expectations. But we make room for more opportunities to really appreciate ourselves. When we detach from constant feedback from other people, and do more things for ourselves and find ways to bring yourself your own joy, whether it's things that I do every day. My routine is I journal. I do like the lives, not every day, but that's weekly. I play with my dog. I come home and I don't even take off my jacket or my shoes, and I don't engage with my partner. I go in and I set my bags down and I go with her and I decompress the whole day and I let her decompress and we bond outside, and that's how I set my night. That's how I set my night. In the morning, I have a little bit of time before I actually go into the building. So I sit in my car, and sometimes the sun is on my face. It's like right there before I go into the building. And so I just ask, for spirit to give me strength and courage to get through the day and to handle any situations that I'm not expecting, and to handle it with, the best of my abilities in a tactful way. So, do you have your heart locked up in a cage? Is that why you're feeling the way that you've been feeling? Do you feel stuck? Do you feel locked up? Do you feel like nobody loves you? Do you feel like you struggle with trying to find fulfillment in your relationships? Start looking inward. What are you doing to yourself that is fostering, a good, loving environment for yourself? Because if you don't love yourself, it's hard. You can't love someone unless you love yourself. You just can't. And the number is 33. So also what's coming to mind is there's like these heart-shaped petals, and this just like, so I look at the petals and they're falling. And so what comes to mind is, if you start detaching from these constant expectations and constant feedback to make you feel a certain way, that's codependency. But if you start doing that, if you start to detach and try to keep most of your emotions to yourself, and really start self-regulating your emotions, because a lot of times we overshare, and a lot of times it's just a matter of, do I need to talk about it? Maybe I just need to cry my emotions. Maybe I need to write them down, and like everything will fall into place. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, let's read from the book, and then I want to talk about the full moon, and then we're going to pull one more card. So we got 15 minutes here. Okay. Whether you're looking for a new relationship or just more love in the relationship you're in, this door with a heart opens onto a new beginning in your experience. A new love may be arriving, and you are being brought together by a strong, resonant connection. This may be a call from a past life, or it may be a new tenderness about to bloom into heartfelt affection. This relationship already exists in energetic potential. So when this card appears in your spread, make sure you are projecting the kind of self-loving energy that you want to receive from others. Be aware that the universe returns your self-caring treatment to you. It's ready to open that door. Are you? Ooh, that's deep. I like that. Does that resonate with you guys? All right. That's the first card. I hope that we have time to do this affirmation. I got it from chat today. And I really like it. And I liked it so much that I printed it out. So the full moon in Libra. Let's see. What did I write down about the full moon in Libra? We'll be looking at everything from romantic relationships to friendships to the relationship we have with ourselves. Libra is all about harmony. So the card is balance. And during this full moon, we're being called to restore balance in any area where it's been off. If you've been feeling unbalanced or that something isn't quite right, this is the time to release what's not working and make space for something more aligned. All right. Detachment is freedom. Ooh. How do you release? Think about some of the ways that you can release some of your emotions or some of your pent-up energies. I journal or work out, and if you are not the type of person that expresses your emotions easy, try staring at a candle or a campfire. Some kind of focal point. And just sit with it. I know it can feel uncomfortable because you're sitting in one spot and you're looking at it and it's kind of like moving, and then like your eyes kind of want to like do the double vision thing, but just focus and have the intent that whatever comes forward is going to come forward for a reason, and that it no longer serves you, whether it's through crying, or maybe you might get mad because maybe you need to express that you're mad. Maybe you just need to talk about that you're mad. That is helpful. And then maybe you could journal it. You will hear me talk about journal till the cows come home. All right, so here's the card. It says a win-win outcome is forecast. And the full moon on Saturday is going to be in Libra. So who are my Libras? All right, I'm going to read from the book. The full moon in Libra, the sign of partnership, of falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests you're either about to start a new relationship or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow, perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. If a relationship is ending now, it's doing so at the right time, so try not to fight it. This card can also refer to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. Let go of that which is falling away. See the other person through the eyes of love. It will change your perspective. It's time for you to make a firm decision. Time for you to focus on yourself for a while. Look after yourself, but avoid vanity. And now is a great time for a makeover. No matter when you pull the full moon in Libra, it encourages you to find a balance between your desires and those of the people around you. Balance is a very Libran energy, and the full moon brings things to a peak. Dramas and upsets bring partnerships to the fore. Libra energy also brings love energy. Negotiations are easier. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. So that is from the deck Moonology. Okay, I use that quite a bit with the moon phases. How did that resonate? All right, we're gonna pull a card. That card really resonated with detachment. Okay, so this is the deck that I created. It's called Words to Live By. It's on Etsy. If you're watching this on Facebook, it's on Marketplace. Or you can private message me, YouTube me, message me here, comment in the comments. if you would like to buy this deck. It's $25. I do readings. I charge $40 for the readings. But if you do a reading right now, you get the reading and the deck. And I'll show you how to use it. Okay. So I'm going to command the energy again to use me as a conduit to bring clear, concise messages. Do we want to do the topic detachment? I'm thinking we'll just keep going on the topic detachment. Okay, one more. I love shuffling. I never used to be able to. Okay. Shadows. What do you guys see when you see this card? Does it look like she's scared of that big monster? No. She's embracing it. She's welcoming that huge, dark, scary thing. And that's what shadows are. Shadows are those pieces of ourselves that we're scared to see, because they usually bring up, you know, not so fun stuff that happened to us. Not so much, not so good memories. And part of detaching is letting go of that mindset and that belief system that you are your shadow. You are not your shadow. Just like you are not your ego. Ego is part of you. Ego is there to protect you. But beware of the overprotective ego, because that can be misunderstood. And you have to, I can vouch for this because I have a very overprotective ego. And so when my ego ramps up, I have to really be careful, because it's so overprotective that it can try to convince me to do things that I'm not ready to do out of fear. And that's what ego's job is. Our ego wants to protect us from being hurt. But in order to move past the triggers and the anxiety, sometimes we have to face those shadows and go, okay, why does this bother me? Why am I the way that I am? And look at where that comes from. Look at the root cause and go, oh, well, that was so long ago. Why does this still bother me? Because you're conditioned. And until you're aware, until you can bring it to the surface and go, well, that's dumb. That was so many years ago. That doesn't bother me anymore. There's a reason why it still comes up and why it's masked or shadowed as something else. Do your shadow work, folks. Do your shadow work. Reach out to me if you've never had shadow work. I can guide you through it. Let's read from the book, number 36. You are more than you can ever imagine. Many grand and great opportunities are already in your grasp. Make sure you are doing things and making experiences that you enjoy, that really allow your true self to shine. One thing every day. One thing. That's what I promote. Do one thing that brings you joy every day, even if it's just a minute. You have talents that people love, and you have gifts and abilities that can help others find their light and teach them how to make it shine. You have done all the hard things without knowing the end result. Detachment, which is extremely difficult for you. So give yourself credit for becoming self-aware and choosing to be freed from your darkest shadows. Accept what divine provides for you in the moment while finding strength to seek, while finding strength to seek your fortune into the light, away from the dark. Like that. All right, that's that deck. All right, I want to do a closing before we close out this, okay? So get back into your center, find your energy again, because I'm going to read this affirmation, okay? I think I posted it to the post in YouTube, and it's also on the Intuitive Minds Facebook page. Intuitive Minds already know Facebook page, so if you want it, you want to print it out, it's there. Okay, so let's take some deep breaths and just kind of get centered. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing the collective to be with me tonight. Thank you for allowing my throat chakra to be activated and speak fluidly, with love, with trust, with integrity, and a little bit of fun and humor. All right, this is an affirmation that I got from chat today, so I'm going to read it. I'm going to share with you because I really enjoyed it. I can love someone and still choose myself. These are affirmations, so I'm going to give you time. I'm going to give you guys time to repeat them, okay? I can love someone and still choose myself. I can honor their journey and still walk my own. I release the need to carry what isn't mine. I'm not cold, I'm clear. I'm not selfish, I'm sovereign. The more I choose me, the more love I invite in. Today, I choose peace over pattern. Today, I trust that what's meant for me will rise, not when I beg, but when I bloom. I'll read that again. Today, I trust that what's meant for me will rise, not when I beg, but when I bloom. I really, really like that. And that's perfect for our Libra full moon. So if you get a chance, put your crystals out, make moon water, have a forgiveness ceremony. If you don't know how to do any of those things, reach out to me. I'd be happy to walk you through it. I did a forgiveness ceremony on the last full moon, and it really got the ball rolling with this whole detachment and letting go of expectations. So reach out if you have any questions about the books that I've mentioned, about the decks that I used, about anything at all, even if you just want to talk, even if you just need someone to talk to, I'm here for you, okay? Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. I'm thinking I'm going to do YouTube lives every other week. So YouTubers, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Otherwise, if you can't get enough of me, go to the Facebook page. Intuitive Minds already know. All right. Thank you for watching.